Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Cold River Journal. I'm your host, James, and I want to talk to you today about voting. It is time to save the Republic. If you have not voted today, please go out and vote. If you're sitting there thinking, yeah, I don't like Trump, and boy, he's done a lot of negative things, and boy, hasn't he divided the country, but I don't want to vote. I don't want to wait in line. I beg you, your fellow Americans beg you, and I want to really lay it out for you what's really on the line here. And some of you are going to hear some of this and go, "Nah, that's too much." Well, I said things a few years ago back at little library meetings and so forth that we have, that Trump would try to steal the election and refuse to accept the next outcome of the next election. And at the time, people said that to me. That's not realistic. In the last few months, a lot of those people have told me, yeah, I think he's going to try to steal the election, or I think he's going to refuse to, accept the outcome of the election if he loses. So that is on the line. We don't know how that's going to happen, what's going to unfold over the coming days. We know he's already told us and broadcasted that he's trying to sue states. So here's the president of the United States suing states. I thought the Republican Party was about states' rights, but he's overstepped the state rights this whole year. Every time a governor tried to shut down something or protect people from COVID early on, he was saying, open it up, encouraging, armed guys to go into the state house with guns. They should have all been arrested and put in jail. Then they go and try to kidnap the governor, and he's cheering all that on. Come on, folks. This is insane. If this was a Democrat right now, I'd be telling you vote for the Republican. Okay, it is not a Democrat Republican thing. You've got to go out and vote. Even if you got to wait in line, I feel so sorry for you if you do. Okay, I know it's not right. We have got to fix this voting system. You shouldn't be waiting in line more than 20 minutes to vote. I mean, that's period. More polling places, more drop-off boxes. We've got to open up voting. If this is a democracy, it's supposed to be that you want people to vote and you want to count every vote. Trump clearly, not my words, his words, is trying to stop that vote. He's trying to stop counting of absentee ballots. Well, guess what? A lot of times military ballots don't get into the states for days after the election. So he doesn't want to count the military ballots. Well, you soldiers out there, I wouldn't like that very much if that was me. But here's what you can expect if Trump gets reelected, if he steals this election, or if he wins fair and square because not enough people like you are going out to vote against him. I'd look for him to close down the news outlets using the FCC or the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. He could say they're, saying things that aren't true and they're, lying to the American people, and they could use that to shut it down, deny their FCC license, and then MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS, anything but Fox News probably, or OAN, is off the air. It's happened before in other countries. These are the things that dictators do, authoritarians, fascists do. Okay, Trump's shown us all this. He said he wanted to postpone the election. Ding! Where we get your history books out if you don't know what that means. Yep, they all do that. Oh, you're dictators. That's how they start out. Let's postpone the election. Oh, only I can win the election. Oh, I gotta interfere with the counting of the votes of the election. I gotta tinker with them somehow. Oh, I got to suppress people that I don't like from coming out to the polls. There's people down in North Carolina driving their trucks around a little slow, trying to stop people from coming into voting places. Hopefully the police have started to arrest those people, just like they went and tried and slowed down Joe Biden's, it was actually Kamala Harris, I believe, was in it, slowed down their bus, trying to stop them from going anywhere. They're even trying to stop the bus. What were they going to do? They're going to attack the bus? I don't know. Where were the state police? Why weren't these people all arrested and put in jail? I mean, one truck's ramming another car. It's crazy. The next thing Trump will probably do is try to arrest political enemies. He's already asked the Attorney General to arrest Joe Biden for what we don't know. He's made up things in his mind. I mean, I can make up reasons to arrest someone, make up some kind of fairy tale, but that's not how it's supposed to work in this country. There's supposed to be a reason, a provable reason. And he's already done that. That's disturbing. That should disturb you, no matter what party you're from. Well, believe me, there's a lot of Republicans that are disturbed by this stuff. Whole Lincoln Project was started by the former head of the GOP, of the Republican Party in New Hampshire, to stop Trump. Colin Powell has come out against Trump. Cindy McCain, John McCain's wife, has come out against Trump. So many prominent Republicans, generals that never have really even taken a side in an election, have come out against Trump. That should tell you something. That's unusual. When you see people that are from the same party as the candidate turning against the candidate in droves, that's a bad sign. That's a bad sign, especially very respected people. Michael Steele, he was ahead of the National Republican Party, is endorsing and voting for Joe Biden. That doesn't give you a little pause. That's not normal. That's not normal. These are extremely radical circumstances. This has never happened in our country before. Never. We've never had a president call into question the outcome of the election. Not like this. We've never had anyone say they're not going to accept it and try and do all this legal wrangling to stay in power, even if they lose. This is a bad sign. He's probably, he could defund the military. He could, and stand by as Russia moves into Europe. None of this would be surprising. You know, there's a lot of reason to think that he really wants something out of Putin. Putin's got access to hundreds of billions of dollars. Trump has tried to get, a hotel built there before, he lied about it. Trump has refused. He's too cowardly and afraid to show his taxes because he knows it's going to show he's probably broke or not, doesn't have very much money, and a lot of cheating stuff. No one gets audited for 5 years. I mean, come on, let's be realistic. You think someone's been in an audit that long? Okay. We got some swampland to sell you down in Florida, actually, where we need you people to go out and vote today. It's a real nice tract. Really, it's got, the alligators are free. Nothing, no extra for the alligators. He could probably shut down YouTube and YouTubers and, take control of the internet. They do it in China. They control the internet in China, and Trump's already messed with TikTok. Okay. So don't say, no, he wouldn't do that. Once again, he has done this. Giving him another term of power, that's it. That he'll put Ivanka in next, or he'll go for a third term. He'll have the elections and the voting system completely rigged by then, with the way he has abused his power over the last 4 years. No, the Republicans in Congress failed to stop him, refused to hold him accountable for all the things he did, all the evidence that was put out. They tried to stop more evidence from coming out in the trial and in his impeachment. Who does that? If you're trying to have a fair trial, you stop evidence from coming out. That you should want all the evidence. The evidence is either going to prove or disprove, your theory or what you want it to be. So these are bad signs. Also, rigging the elections. We're seeing how easy it is to intimidate people, to close down polls. Trump could go say, there was so much corruption, I'm sending in my own vote counters. We're going to have federal vote counters. And then it's just like in Russia. And then you could have, as far as, he could, blacks, Hispanics, who knows what could happen with them. Call white supremacists out against him. The best case scenario is he continues to enrich himself and weaken our government. Yet it's not likely that this is all he would do. We see his mind is focused through his tweets on vendettas and power and control and disinformation. Of course, we're going to have a lot more COVID deaths. He's going to continue to do the things he's doing. I look for him to continue to have rallies after the election. More super spreader events. And they've traced back, hundreds, if not thousands of people, cases of coronavirus just from his events alone, and deaths too. He could be used by Putin. Maybe Putin promises him something and doesn't deliver. Trump starting all out with nuclear war. Not just out of a vendetta. I mean, this is the kind of person he is. If you're a Trump supporter right now, listen to this. I know you're going to leave nasty messages and stuff, but you're telling me that he's not vengeful, and anyone speaks out against him, he just tries to get revenge. I mean, that's true. So my message isn't not to the Trumpsters. They're going to do what they're going to do today, but it's to you. If you're sitting there and you would like to vote for Joe Biden, please go out and vote for Joe Biden. He needs your vote more than ever. I understand cynicism that some people have about politics, and I know that neither party is perfect, and both parties have had their share of listening to lobbyists more than the people. We do have to get that changed. We have a lot to change in this country and a lot to set right. But we need you to go out and vote today. Thank you, and may the Republic be saved today.